Content warning. This episode contains discussions of emotional abuse, alcohol abuse, suicide, suicidal ideation, threats of self-harm, and violence. Please take care of yourself while listening. It's completely okay to pause, skip, or come back later if this feels overwhelming.
I get reminders in the outside world that I encounter in life. Those who came before me, my ancestors, I feel that strength. I feel that every day. It's just, that's why I love The Lion King, because it's like a remember who you are. Like, I'm not trying to be corny, or I'm not trying to be deep, but it's just like where you come from. I love Black is King. Bethany will tell you. There was 2 years where I listened to that album every day. And I know a lot of people feel that artist is controversial, but that gave me strength to know I'm a king already, and to remember who I was and where I came from. So there's that. When I tell you Aaron and I wrote last time, it was the very first song that we wrote together. Quickly, I'll tell you the story. We're getting to know each other after we decided to become writing partners. And he's like, I never hear you talk about your love life. Are you with somebody? Like, what do you, like, why don't we ever talk about that? And he's like, I'm realizing that what a great person you are. Like, I don't ever, what's going on? And I was just like, that's too much to text. So my fingers got tired. So we start exchanging voice notes. And I told him, like, this is why I'm fed up with dating. Because, people can't be held to a standard. And I just find that emotional intelligence is rare these days. And I'm just discouraged. And after I told him, I'm like, ooh, maybe I overshared with him, because I didn't hear from him for hours. Matter of fact, I don't even think I heard from him. No, it wasn't the next day. It was like, that was early in the morning, and it was later that night. And I didn't see it right away, so I woke up to it. That's what it was. And the text message says, so hear me out before you get mad. And there's an MP3 in there, and I opened it, and it was the instrumental that we ended up using. But the first thing you hear is this diatribe, this rant that I'm going on, like, okay, why don't I have someone in my life right now? So he thought I was gonna be so mad. He's like, if you don't want to work together after this, he's like, but I just felt like he said I had to. It was just a divine thing. It was perfect. It was candid. I did not re-record them. That is exactly the form that they were in. So when you listen to last time, you'll know that is my raw emotions. And on that note, yes, I say some choice words because that's where I was. And I had to be honest in that moment that this nigga played in my face. Many niggas have tried to play in my face. And, but the good news is that was the last time. And from there, even after the song was written, exponentially in compound interest, the healing just continued and continued and continued. And so that kind of leaves it where I want to leave it for chapter 1. I was in this dark place, but then I start to turn the corner and realize who I am and whose I am. And I'm no longer going to look outside for people, humans, finite people, to affirm me when I know who I am and whose I am. And I can go within and I can look above, and God will speak to me. I just have to be quiet and listen. And he will remind us, again, if you read the Bible, God is mindful of us, and God loves us, and he was intentional in how he created us. And our quirks and the strange things about us, the unique things about us, is because we have a unique life. And we have a story to tell. And this is my story, but this is also your story. And it's we're connected. And, you know, I'm not just trying to make a kumbaya moment here, people. Like, I really am living this. Every day someone walks up to me and says, I'm hurting. And I get the opportunity to say, yeah, but do you know that there's a God up there? Do you know that there's a purpose for your life? Because you're still drawing breath. There is still time. There's still a chance. I believe that, y'all. When I'm working out, those negative narratives and confessions, I'm reworking them and reframing them. It is the battlefield of the mind. And so with chapter 1, you'll hear sonically the prison that my mind was, and how I got out of it. God allowed me to be freed from it, but the intrusive thoughts are real. The mind games that were played were real. And I just had enough. It had to be the last time. And if I have anything to do with it, I don't want to go back through that. But it's up to me to have to use what I know, use the tools that I have to keep myself in an elevated place, to take my thoughts captive when the enemy tries to attack me. When people say things that are harmful, I don't have to take it personal, because 9 times out of 10 they're doing that because they don't like your peace and your healing make them uncomfortable, and they, oh, Mercedes, you're trying to be Hollywood and you're trying to be grand. No, I am literally healing for all of us, and you got to heal too. And if you don't want to be healed and you want to stay in your stuff, fine, beloved, that's fine. I'm here when you're ready. But I'm not gonna play the games with you anymore. If you don't care, that's all right. If that's how you want to live your life, that's all right. But it's robbed me. Being negative and being toxic has robbed me of so many beautiful things. I'm not letting that unhealed trauma rob any more of my life. But most importantly, as a parent, I identify some of those same attributes, those same characteristics, and I'm on a mission to make sure that my child sees my reformation, my transformation. And so Bethany will know that you don't have to stay unhealed. You don't have to stay hurting. You can do something about it. Life is worth living. And yes, depression tries to come. Sad thoughts try to come. Isolation tries to come. But you got to fight against it. You got to fight against it. And the only way to do that is to be reminded of who you are. You hear me? I love you. And I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Until next time, my babies.